Welcome back to game number 2 of this best of 3 series between Team Ice and Kingdom for the Join Dota League Season number 5 Division 1 and 2 playoffs, where of course, what's on the line? It is just a couple of spots for Division 1 here. So if however possible, you for sure want to get into Division 1 because that is where the money is flowing. So we'll see who's gonna get one step closer here. But Team Ice, they did lose game number 1. They got off to a sizable lead rather early into the game, but were just unable to capitalize. Lost a couple of heroes, and suddenly with like 2 to 3 fights that went a little bit sour for them, Kingdom held the advantage. Team Ice managed to just strike back a little bit. But, well, here we are looking at the bans. Kingdom do remove the sniper as well as the bristleback, whereas Team Ice once again start with a gen ban. And what may the secondary one be? What hero are they most afraid of as the first pick for Kingdom? Team Ice themselves thought that the Vengeful Spirit is a worthy first pick, which I tend to agree with for the most part. Just a really solid support all around, but for now, gonna ban out a troll instead. As my memory isn't all that great, I'm not entirely sure, but I think those were the same bans as in game number 1 as well. But Kingdom now, do we see a Batrider, do we see a Vengeful Spirit, or quite possibly even a Juggernaut? Any of those heroes might be fine. Of course, you can go for something else entirely also. Kingdom, they have ran quite a bit of Spirit Breaker, for example, although it's a hero that by no means you have to pick in the first phase because it's just not going to get banned out. Or at least for the most part. And even if it gets banned out, as we saw in game number 1, they don't even need it. So we're going to have a similar opening. Are we going to have a Shadow Fiend once again for Team Ice as well now?
Juggernaut.
Oh, nope. It's their turn to pick a Juggernaut. So between the Vengeful and the Juggernaut, Roshan once again will be rather easy for Team Ice if they want to go for it. As if for Kingdom now though, do you pick up the Shadow Fiend instead? Do you consider, I don't know, something like a Slark possibly? Of course, a Slark also a hero that you can leave for later on in the draft, I think. So for now, maybe a Lion would be pretty nice, just Blink Hex to try to deal with the Juggernaut there. Or maybe they would like to go for slightly tankier heroes. But for now, we're gonna pick up a Storm Spirit instead. So I thought this may be a game to see Storm Spirit. Or rather, I thought that if Team Ice want to go for a Shadow Fiend, maybe a Storm Spirit on top of that would have been nice to get slightly better of a dual core lineup than they had last time. Queen of Pain, yes, can definitely also dish out a hell of a ton of damage even in the later stages of the game. It was just the fact that Queen of Pain didn't snowball by any means, couldn't keep up with the farm of the Juggernaut and the Templar Assassin at the point. But here we are now, second ban phase underway. Team Ice removing the Earthshaker, Lion banned out by Kingdom themselves. Team Ice, they at least have one support already just picked up, whereas if you're Kingdom, you're definitely going to be struggling to find like those so-called tier 1 supports. But they can still go for a Shadow Shaman, for example, if they want. Jakiro is in the pool. Witch Doctor is definitely one of the more popular ones. Ancient Apparition wouldn't even be bad for Kingdom. Storm Spirit extremely mobile. Batrider jumps in with a lasso onto somebody. Ice Blast to follow. Storm Spirit to just ball lightning in from a distance.
Silencer.
As a Silencer is now the pickup for Team Ice, and a hero that we don't see all that often. Although in the Southeast Asian scene it's a little bit more common than in the other scenes at this point in time, at least. At least from what I've seen from the games I've personally casted, so maybe it's just like a so-called tier 2 Dota thing, but Silencer can definitely work out against the Storm Spirit up until the point he gets a BKB. Manta style really not an option, so that's nice to have a Silencer against heroes that aren't like natural Manta carriers, because Manta style is one of the easier ways to counter a Global Silence. Just use the Manta style straight out after Global Silence and you are free to cast anything you want. So Kingdom now, maybe they want to go for a hero as such, just something who could build a Manta style quite easily. I suppose Shadow Fiend is still an option if they want to go for that one. It's not the worst carrier, but for example, if they now go for a Witch Doctor or an Ancient Apparition, both of those ultimates may get screwed over big time by the Global Silence. Maybe it's a little bit easier to do that to the Witch Doctor, because you can't really predict when the Ice Blast is coming, or well, maybe you can if you have vision of the Ancient Apparition, you can see him letting it loose, but it's definitely not as easy, I would have to say.
Witch Doctor.
But Witch Doctor will still be the pick, and it's not like Global Silence will be there all the time, and Witch Doctor's cooldown on the Death Ward definitely lower than the Global Silence. So Team Ice now going for a Viper of all heroes. It can't stop the Witch Doctor ultimate. I suppose you may be able to survive the Batrider, and before level 6, you can even be kind of a lane bully against the Storm Spirit, quite possibly. Of course, depending on the amount of help you yourself get or the enemy gets from their supports. But now, 12 seconds and counting down. Kingdom, what do they have in store for us? Is it going to be another support, or are they going to reveal their safe laner, or quite possibly a mid laner instead? Who would you even want to send up into the mid lane up against a Viper? Not too many heroes are fond of that kind of a matchup, to be honest. Viper is just so dominant, and even if you don't lose it straight out, it's just straight out annoying. Maybe a Medusa if they want to take things really late here. Other than Queen of Pain can somewhat work out, just because you have the blink to guarantee your escape. But then again, Queen of Pain would also be another hero who can get just screwed over big time by a Global Silence. Temper Assassin, not the easiest hero to lane up against Viper either. Could an Ember Spirit work? Ember Spirit not that bad, although up against the physical damage of Juggernaut, it's not all that great either at the same time. But Ancient Depression will be the pick in the end, so they thought hard about it, but they do choose to go for that one after all. So they definitely have strong ultimates. So now the question is, can they properly bait out the Global Silence? If they can bait it out, disengage for the duration of the silence, and then re-engage on their own terms, knowing that the Global Silence is on cooldown, it may give them just a massive advantage in the fight. But being able to bait out the Global Silence is probably the hardest part. And not only that, you have to also properly disengage while having baited that one out. Storm Spirit, you can pour Lightning in, hope that they're going to pop the immediate Global Silence. But if Silencer keeps his cool, keeps his composure, and just wait like a couple of seconds to see if there's an actual follow-up or if it really was just a single bait, it may still backfire for Kingdom. But Queen of Pain is still banned out by Team Ice, so although it may not have been the greatest of pickups, apart from the Global Silence, I suppose they don't have as much lockdown on Team Ice. I mean, they have the Magic Missile, but you can blink out of that one if you're fast. Plus, blink just is such a long distance as well, so you may not even be able to swap her back, for example. But Tidehunter is the ban by Kingdom. Team Ice, they are a team that I have seen run a Tidehunter. They've even first and second picked the Tidehunter the first times I saw them in the group stage here. As Team Ice now, their last pick will be the Phoenix. I mean, it can work out. Phoenix, if you do not get completely shut down in the laning phase, I've seen Phoenixes do a lot, like a massive amount of work. Unfortunately, if you get hit by the Ice Blast, the Sunray heal will not, of course, be of any use at all. But Supernova Egg can be massive. Also, that Fire Spirits. Yes, the Fire Spirits slowing down the attack speed. Apart from the Draw Ranger, not too many heroes care about that attack speed. And Storm Spirit a little bit so as well. The more attack speed, of course, the better if you also have Chilling Touch. But in any case, Phoenix can do a hell of a lot, but you're gonna have to spread out the team fight. And now with the Draw being picked up on Kingdom, first of all, they are a lineup consisting purely out of ranged heroes. So they're gonna get a lot of value out of the Precision Aura. But Draw Ranger, also a hero that one of the more popular item builds does involve a Mask of Madness, which means if you have the Mask of Madness and you just choose to use it for the egg, the Supernova of the Phoenix, you may just bring it down pretty fast, so that Team Ice they're going to lose the Phoenix and can't do much anything about it. They just don't really have AoE lockdowns, like for example we saw at the DAC, I think it was EG running that Tree and Phoenix combination, just Supernova, Overgrowth to keep them in place and make it so that they can't attack either at the same time. Go for such a combo. I mean, Global Silence Supernova is like decent-ish, but it's not like spells hurt the Supernova anyway. All it would do is just help Kingdom cast spells to help just create space for the Drow Ranger, for example, to kill the Supernova, or for the Storm Spirit to ball lightning close enough to kill it, or something like that. But we get into the game, and what do you know? A straight out pause. Who would have expected this to happen? When are games ever paused in Dota? Look at that helm though. Looking pretty badass. I wonder what your face really looks like, Juggernaut. Always wearing masks. Is he always wearing masks? I'm drawing a blank now. Is there a way to see his face somehow? Well, if you look at it from here, then we know that he has no face or no front part of it because it's see-through. We can see the sky through his chin. Okay, that's weird. Please. Get a proper face, Juggernaut. But to introduce the lineups, guys, as we are here just stuck waiting anyway. Clement playing the Silencer, leaving B-Boy on the Vengeful Spirit, Justin on the Viper with JJT handling the Phoenix, and Engsby will be the last one on the Juggernaut. As for the side of Kingdom, looking good after game number 1, being 1 game ahead. We're gonna have Fruits on the Ancient Apparition, Drainage to handle that Drow Ranger, Wedding Crash to go quite possibly into the mid lane as the Storm Spirit, Yomo Kompaku to be the Witch Doctor, and last but not least is gonna be Fragnity on the Batrider. So, aggressive tri-lane, maybe, yes, no. Of course, throw safe lane could ensure that the Phoenix kind of like gets nothing accomplished. Then again, if you leave a Batrider up against the Phoenix, it's not that bad of a matchup for the Batrider, although Phoenix himself can put quite a bit of harassment with just Icarus Dive as well as the Fire Spirits if you use them correctly. But the thing I was just thinking about is Batrider, if you spam stick in Napalm, usually enemies are gonna get Magic Stick. But Phoenix doesn't have like mana issues, so to say, all that much. Yes, getting health back is definitely gonna be nice, but at least you're not gonna be able to make too much use of just the mana that Magic Stick regions. Look at the size of the stick though on Witch Doctor. And look at the positioning as well. It's, for a second I was like, what? Is this a part of like a Batrider set or something? But that's of course not the case. That's just Witch Doctor showing off his shiny stick. Demon skull stuff. Common. What a pleb. Common stuff. Phew. Goddamn shop, close yourself. So I still disconnected. Haven't really said anything at all. Did Kingdom say toilet at one point? Didn't even notice that one. So as for Ice, I think the lanes should be rather straightforward. Viper mid, Juggernaut, Silencer, Vengeful Spirit safe lane, and then leaving the Phoenix for the off lane. I really don't think they're gonna have too many options to lane this otherwise. As for Kingdom, Batrider off lane with defensive tri-lane and then Storm Spirit mid. Batrider of course can easily come and farm up the jungle because they really don't have anybody else who can farm it too fast. Drow Ranger, once you get like level 6 plus and a Mask of Madness as well for some lifesteal, you can definitely farm up jungle, you can farm up Ancients as well. Ancients maybe not quite as easily. You usually take a little bit of harassment yourself at least as well. But they still should be able to do it. Or the Drow Ranger should be able to do it at least. Oh, this series is not gonna be fast. If this goes to game 3 as well, it's gonna be a damn long series. But that's what Dota is all about. Games being long. Maybe not for like game reasons, maybe it's not because of the game is even and no team can really finish up the game. More so than games are just paused rather often. Nordstrom, Silencer, what you doing, bro? Is he praying to something? Because he sure as hell looks like he's praying. Is that a little... Well, it's just probably blue eyes, but it looks like he has a little tear that wants to drop. Silencer, don't cry. We're gonna get unpaused soon enough. He's so depressed, he's like on the ground almost like, oh, I give up, guys, I give. I can't take this anymore. It's agony. The shield is badass though. The hero itself looks absolutely awesome. Fabulous. I'd say fabulous. Did your son die or something? I mean, he really looks depressed. Ah, Viper. Ah. Doesn't even have a tongue. Do you have a tongue? Dude, where's your tongue at? How do you spit toxin? Well, I'm no expert. I'm probably pretty stupid about that, but I suppose you don't need a tongue to spit toxin. You may just have a like poison gland somewhere which you spray it out from. I have no idea. I know usually if it's snake, it's like if they bite, they the venom glands activate and venom kind of drips down their fangs or something like that. But Viper, he's not really going into melee range to bite somebody. Although, even if it wasn't poisonous, getting bitten by such teeth, it's gonna be painful nonetheless. But how do you spit your toxin? Intensifies Viper's venom, so he has venom anyway. Intensify! Well, games don't need to make sense, guys. Or at least not on that level. Games need to be logical for you to play, to understand the rules and whatnot. But the lore and such behind heroes is definitely not important to the awesomeness of a game. And as we're paused, guys, I have to promote another game that I just... Well, I knew about the game a couple of months ago already, like end of 2014 or something. But if ever you were a fan of a shooter or shooters like Wolfenstein Enemy Territory, then Dirty Bomb, name isn't all that great, but Dirty Bomb is from the creators of Enemy Territory. At least some of them are involved there. Splash Damage is one of the publishers, or whatever you want to call it. So Dirty Bomb, if you ever like a shooter which is similar to Enemy Territory, like extremely similar, that is your game to play. Hopefully the developers and publishers and whatnot are not gonna screw up and are gonna make it so that it can immediately like start a competitive scene and whatnot, although that's just wishful thinking by me. But it is on Steam, it's in closed beta, and apologize about speaking about a just completely different game, but this pause has gone on for pretty long. He's restarting his modem, which, well, depending on the router you have and your service providers and everything, may take ages. And the thing is, like, did he go offline from the start to restart his modem, or did he restart it when he said it? It's like, yeah, I can't get back, and well, I'm just gonna go and restart when they ask me what the hell's going on. I really wish there were timestamps on this chat here, because I've been talking for a minimum of 5 minutes here. Probably longer. So what else? What else do we have going on in Dota? So International is coming close by. Team Redemption got banned from Valve. I'd like to know actually in chat, what do you think of Team Redemption 4 months after they initially screwed up with betting against their own team and just kind of not forfeiting the game but throwing the games? Is it reasonable for Valve to ban the team from all Valve tournaments, Valve hosted competitions 4 months after the incident took place? I mean, lots of people agree that such incidents, people involved in such incidents, should really kind of receive the ban hammer, but it being that late is what, I don't know, bugging me a little bit, because Team Redemption, they were like, okay, other tournaments are starting to accept them now once again, giving them another chance, so maybe, just maybe, they can qualify for the international and kind of prove themselves. And then suddenly, oh yes, sorry, but you can't do jack shit. You can't take part of the single biggest tournament in Dota. Of course, who knows what's gonna happen next year. So 1 minute, 28 seconds before the creeps even spawn, and we are still stuck waiting here, just doing absolutely nothing. And chat, if you're active at all, which teams would you like to see invited to the international? I think probably, if you saw the interview with Vilat, then you may or may not agree to his list. I think it was like 6 teams. It was EG, Secret, it was IG as well, I think. What other teams did he mention even? Maybe it was LGD as well. Not entirely sure. Might not. I know. I don't think he mentioned LGD. There were definitely some more Chinese teams though. Oh yeah, VG Gaming, IG, VG, EG, Secret. There aren't really that many stable teams at this point in time, so it's going to be somewhat hard to invite. And to be honest, I myself wouldn't mind at all if the invites were really only a few, like really few. And to be honest, I wouldn't even mind it all that bad if the entirety of the thing would be qualifiers, but then you would have to have from quite an early stage, like almost best of fives, because yes, even though you may be the best team and you should be able to win a best of 3 as well, it may just be a little bit too much for you to handle in some certain situations. I mean, days are different. Some days you can win against the team easily, other days you are struggling. So it would be hard to say if, like, then again, if you can't get through the qualifier, you may not be deserving of playing at the main event anyway. But I think Valve, one thing they should do is make sure that the teams that do get invited are like absolutely solid teams and will not have epic fail performances. Okay. So 3 more minutes. That's what they're asking for. That he suddenly has no connection. So they may have to find a stand-in. Oh wow. This is going to take ages, isn't it? So we're gonna wait for 3 more minutes, then we're gonna have to wait for them looking for a stand-in. So I'm just gonna go underground. Okay, they have 3 more minutes. Although I think in theory they have like 10 minutes of post time, which should be over by now. Okay, in 3 minutes. That's like 4 minutes away, 11 PM. Which is 16 PM for us. No? 17 PM, what am I saying? So do they really want to remake? Already, I thought they wanted to give him a chance. Oh, Ancient Depression, why so gloomy? Why so gloomy? So some people already disconnected. Okay, so they're gonna have to remake. Oh, well, we're gonna wait for 2 more minutes. Okay, so people are saying different stuff. Hopefully at least Ice, the players who are disconnected apart from this Viper who was disconnected for the longer time, that they're gonna, or that they just disconnected but didn't like leave the game. Fountain. There is a special rock for the fountain. You cannot hurt it. It quickly restores mana and health and reveals nearby invisible units. It's like, really, do we have to like throw out the fountain? It should also give the AoE indicator, like how long or how big of an area does it cover. So, also, as we see now, it's been Europe, China, Europe. Oh wait, the sneeze is coming. Oh damn, sneezes. Whew. So it's been Europe winning it, then China, then Europe, and then China again. So 2015, is it time for Europe, or well, America might as be as well? Let's just put it the Western scene to win the international. Do you think it's gonna happen, or are the Chinese just too damn strong? But as we saw from DAC, it can definitely be a case that EG is extremely strong as well. Of course, the Chinese have had quite a massive reshuffle. But no, well, IG kind of won a tournament, but it wasn't the most massive one. Okay, so the draw just pressed the wrong button and they're gonna remake. I think the time is up in 1 minute anyway. So yeah, remake is the name of the game. Don't have a lobby yet, but probably, most likely gonna have it soon enough. Yes, there it is, Helga! You are the badass admin here. Just being here, watching people typing in chat, reacting as well. Good stuff. So who were we even missing? B-Boy, Clement, JJT, Engsby, and for the life of me, I cannot remember who the last player was. But here we are. 1 more minute. Wedding Crash joined the wrong team, I believe. Yeah. So, stand-in, yeah, time is up now. Since he hasn't come back, it's gonna be stand-in time. And they are most likely gonna wait an unknown amount for that stand-in now. Oh, no, we have another disconnect. No, just let it be a minor fluke. To be honest, if it goes too long, it should be just forfeit win for Kingdom, because waiting for God knows how long is just silly. Of course, we did also wait for like 10 minutes between game number 1 and 2 just because Kingdom was not ready. But, well, we have a stand-in, Mockingjay. Somebody has been watching a lot of... I always forget the name of it. It was... Katniss Everdeen, something. God. I'm really forgetting. Hunger Games, yes. Yes. How could I forget that name? I always do, almost though. Hunger Games. So he's a fan of that one. So Go has been given by Kingdom. Ice though, are they themselves ready? Do they... Maybe they want to just, as we remain anyway, maybe they want to delay it out a little bit. Maybe their original member gets his internet pack or something. But now they're ready. We can hopefully now, fingers crossed, big time, to just get this game out of the way without any further delays. That is my hope. That is my dream, guys. I have a dream that by 18 CT, this series will at least be at its 3rd game or over. It is at all pick, so that's nice. We're not gonna have to go through the draft again, although if you know what heroes to pick, it's not gonna be all that slow. I do hope they still remember what heroes to pick though. That's the big thing. So Kingdom, Draw Ranger now, and the Storm, yeah. Team Ice should be Vengeful... Was it Vengeful? Yeah, it was Vengeful Spirit plus a Phoenix.
Vengeful Spirit.
Mockingjay, Phoenix? Whoa, no. Mockingjay, JGT was the one to pick up Phoenix beforehand. I don't even know why I thought that they're picking or showing the roles here, like who's playing what. Phoenix, well, I mean, both teams did go for the correct hero, so that's nice. But how will this game plan out? How will they lane this? Are they really going to both run just defensive tri-lanes? It's probably a little bit more likely for Team Ice. Although then again, Viper, Vengeful, Silencer may not be too bad of a aggressive try as well. Even Juggernaut can work out in an aggressive try, but you would be up against 3 ranged heroes. with the Chilling Touch being there as well, could get rather hairy for you. Blade Fury might get you out to safety though, so that's pretty nice. But that just doesn't guarantee any farm to the Juggernaut. But we're in the game now. Fingers crossed once again. And now to introduce the lineups, as it was just such a long wait between just when the poll started and when I introduced them first. It's gonna be Yomo Kompaku, handling the Witch Doctor, Living Wedding Crash on the Storm Spirit, with Fruits on the Ancient Operation, Drainage to be the Drow Ranger, with Fragnity handling the Bat Rider. As for the dire side, Mockingjay the stand-in on the Vengeful Spirit, Clement on the Silencer, with JJT on the Phoenix, P-Boy to play the Viper, and last one is going to be Engsvi playing the Juggernaut, and they are running an aggressive tri-lane, but it's with a Phoenix, or maybe it's just a rotation for now. But Mockingjay may run into a couple too many heroes. He does spot them out, so it's not going to be as easy for Kingdom to do anything. Paralyzing Cask, you really don't want to throw it out if you know there's nothing to bounce to. He's going to throw it out anyway now. It does bounce to JGT and to Clement as well, but not back to Mockingjay. And that is what matters here. Chilling Touch was also used, but Mockingjay gets his stun off his own now. Is there going to be any follow-up? Just one attack. Make it two now. So they get quite a bit of damage onto the Vengeful now. But creeps are about to spawn. Kingdom, they still got more mana health efficiency going. Just because they did get Vengeful Spirit pretty low, and he doesn't even have that many tangos to use. I mean, it does have almost 1 health per second region. Or at least close enough to it. 8 health per 10 seconds region. If you're a World of Warcraft player, an old one, it's like MP5. Although 4 health per 5 seconds. HP 5 is 4. 4 HP 5. Makes sense, guys, doesn't it? Makes sense. But Chilling Touch used in the mid lane just to try to zone out the Viper a little bit easier, so Chilling Touch does last for long enough as well, and if for nothing else, you can also just use that extra bit of damage to secure yourself last hits, really. But P-Boy, he's completely sitting at the side, missing a little bit of XP because of that. About 2 creeps worth. The third one might also get denied here. Yeah, does get denied by Wedding Crash. Bottom lane though, of course, Phoenix. It being a dual lane up against a solo, it's a hell of a lot better for the Phoenix than it would be with also Ancient Operation being there. But Fruits now is rotating back. They secured the Storm Spirit, a couple of early last hits. As Wedding Crash drops low, but is gonna be able to outrun B-Boy for now. Pops the Healing Salve, and still no bottle for him. Didn't go for the bottle rush, started with a Null Talisman instead. Oh, top lane. Fragnity, never mind, just sitting in those trees there, trying to soak some XP. Clement wants to come in, doesn't even have the silence. Went for Glaives of Wisdom first, just to get a little bit of extra, just guaranteed harass going Fragnity's way. And even if you use silence, or well, I suppose if you silence and he wants to cast that Stick in Napalm, he's not gonna have the Firefly for the duration of the silence. So that won't be too bad, but Curse of the Silent, for example, wouldn't do much of anything up against the Bat Rider, because just stick an Napalm on the ground and you get rid of the debuff. As mid lane Wedding Crash now, he is quite far ahead in last hits, but I think a lot of it does have to do with the Ancient Operation coming in early on the first level. Level wise, B-Boy just hit level 3, Storm Spirit almost level 4 though. Witch Doctor's dog is biting him. Okay. Legit reasons. Somebody has a phone as well. It was Fruits having a phone call. Okay then. I could have sworn that some other text was also used there. Or that some other text was there, but this game is a game of pauses. Fun time. So fun. Much fun. Drinking some water in between then. Preparing myself to make sure I am prepared. So go, has been given once again. Will they make good use of this code this time around? No first blood yet, Wedding Crash coming bottom lane, wants to just bottle up that bounty rune, back to full HP already as it is. Not getting a full mana pool, but close enough. I'd say Fragmented top lane, level 3.5 now compared to the Phoenix's 2.5. But the lane is rather pushed out, but as I say that, of course, Fruits is handling the pulling through. He's gonna go for the double pull. Is he gonna succeed with it? He should be able to. Just help out with killing the Harpy Stormcrafter a little bit yourself, and he's waiting for it. Yeah, he gets it perfectly. So double pull through, it's definitely gonna make JGT's life harder. And not only that, Yomo Kompaku came in with the boots as well. Does he really want to go for it? That's extreme. And JGT just gonna pop the healing salve, stay in the trees, not show himself, and be fine. Wedding Crash still getting harassed by B-Boy, but B-Boy, even though he's maybe caught up a tiny bit in last hits, he's still behind, and maybe he's focusing a little bit too much in trying to harass the Storm Spirit, because Storm Spirit, with those bottle charges, it's not that hard for him to get health back. What's the courier have? It is a Ring of Aquila to be finished on the Drow Ranger. He's gonna go for at least another Grave Band as well, by the looks of things. Or at least from his items, I would think so. So we're gonna go for the standard kind of build. Go for the early, just efficient stats. Also, they give you a little bit of strength, so you're not as squishy as you would normally be. But 4 minutes in now, still no first blood. Clement and Mockingjay looked like they want to go for something, but did back off afterwards. Now Clement will stack the Mod Golem stack. Create something for the Phoenix, or maybe even a Juggernaut with the Blade Fury to farm up later on. Storm Spirit now another bounty rune for him, whereas, oh wow. Would have wanted that rune to just spawn bottom for sure. And Regen rune, picked up by Clement, though doesn't get any value out of it at all. But at least doesn't leave it to the clutches of the Storm Spirit, who is rather close to hitting level 6. And once you get that and have a Regeneration rune, it's gonna be trouble at all. Silence, but there's no stun follow-up. So Batrider, although he doesn't have almost any farm, only 2 last hits. Level wise, being level 4, not that shabby at all. Do we have any stacks going on for them? No, yep. There is a triple stack in the big camp here. Nothing else as of yet has been stacked though. Just too busy double pulling and trying to harass the Phoenix, I think. JGT, they do spot him. Can they do anything about him though? Agent Depression does get that one Mod Golem hit, denying that to the Phoenix. The second one is just gonna die. Wedding Crash, mid lane, Mockingjay. Is he even gonna get close enough now that the Storm Spirit is level 6? Maybe if the Storm Spirit is too low on mana. Wedding Crash, he goes for the stun as well. Does he see Mockingjay coming in? Oh, he gets the ball lightning to dodge it. Doesn't get to the high ground though. He's gonna go down. That's first blood. Miscalculation of the ball lightning. He did, well, it was probably like a panic kind of dodge on the Vengeful Spirit Magic Missile, but then just lacked the mana afterwards. So nicely done there. By Ice securing the first blood like that. And also, if you look at last hits, Viper has already caught up to the Storm Spirit, so Storm Spirit only really got that early advantage. And Viper, of course, as you get more levels, it's just so hard for you to do anything to the Viper, because Corrosive Skin is going to damage you in return. B-Boy can quite easily just poison attack for every attack that the Storm Spirit throws. As Wedding Crash, he even jumped mid lane using about half of his mana, even more now with the Static Remnants as well. As all Fragnity is gonna be just fine. Viper Strike was already used also, so not gonna be. Oh, never mind. Icarus Dive gets him to safety. They do though get the tier 1 tower. Drainage, the one to get the last hit on the Drow Ranger. So not bad at all. Gonna finish Power Treads next, I think. Yomo Kompaku tries to heal him up, but taking those Fire Spirits probably took a few tower shots as well, going for or trying to go for the kill at least. Now, he gets a healing salve. Oh no, Fire Spirits come in. Cancel the healing salve almost immediately. Nicely done by the Phoenix. I think it was the last Fire Spirit as well. Just holding on to it. Waiting for any kind of regen to come, as now Mockingjay wants to go top lane. They want to get Fragnity down. And Fragnity, to be honest, just go and stack and farm the jungle. It's going to be so much faster. If you do that, of course, it's going to mean that the enemy Juggernaut has absolute free farm. And the supports are free to roam around because they don't have to babysit the lane. But Juggernaut is number 1 in... net worth, not net worth, but last hits for now. Net worth wise, well, a little bit below the Drow. But they really want to get this Batrider down, because if you prevent... Oh, there's the Omni Slash, and that's gonna be an easy kill. 2 intelligence gained for Clement as well. Didn't need to use a single ability there. That was too easy I'd even say. So Batrider, yes he's level 5, but farm wise not even remotely close to getting a Blink Dagger. Oh, B-Boy, no, he's the one to get jumped. The Electric Vortex comes out as well. Do they have enough damage with the Chilling Touch? It feels like they do. Cold Feet even proc here. He pops the Magic Stick. You kidding me, right? Is he gonna survive? Nope. The very last attack that Fruits got. The slows were real though. Corrosive Skin, Poison attacks. Wow. Of course, they even used the Viper Strike there as well. But still not enough to save them. Tower in the meantime was destroyed by the Dire Side on the top lane. So Juggernaut with the tower going down, number 1 in net worth. Storm Spirit and Drow are the next, but Viper, he's really close to the Storm Spirit in terms of net worth. Gonna have a mech soon enough, just needs the recipe for it, another 650 gold, give or take. GGT now comes in for the meta style. Not meta style, the illusion. I don't know why I said meta style, but meta style creates 2 illusions, so that's what I was thinking about. So B-Boy now even tankier with that buckler being finished, getting lots of extra armor from that. Bottom lane, Paralysis Gas bouncing between Clement and JGT. There's the Gust, but doesn't do much of anything. And suddenly Drainage, he's on the run. Does have Morbid Mask, but can't really punish anything at all. Supernova was used just to secure the kill on the Witch Doctor. But kill secured it was indeed. So Ice, like in game number 1, not looking that bad at all. And one thing that is always going to be hurting Kingdom is that all of them are rather squishy this game. They don't have a Temper Assassin who can survive with the refraction charges. They don't have a Juggernaut who can just pop Blade Fury as melee. Oh, they get B-Boy down. So Kingdom, they strike back, Wedding Crash. Oh, is he going to go down? Curse of the Silent comes in, he needs to cast the spell, he's still alive. They get the kill with the help of the lasso. You still need about 1k gold on Fragnity to get the Blink Dagger, but they do secure themselves the kills. So nicely done. Chilling Touch, of course, getting maximum value out of that one. They even have a maxed, well, so far maxed out Magic Vortex to boost up the magic damage that their team can just output. And to be honest, Electric Vortex itself doesn't do damage, of course, but you Electric Vortex somebody, Ice Vortex under it, and then go for Static Remnant. It can be quite a bit of just burst damage. Also, it does boost up the Chilling Touch, so that's definitely a nice addition there. They even have quite a bit of slows from the Frost Arrows, of course, as the Drow Ranger to keep people in there. As top lane Angsby is gonna go down. Did he? He used Omni Slash, couldn't immediately kill Storm Spirit, insta give him, and Fruits now. He's gonna lose his life for sure. He's gonna lose intelligence with that Paralysis Cast, though will buy a little bit of time, but those slows were so real. So Clement gets another 2 points of intelligence. That's one thing you have to be a little bit wary of, as Drainage gonna get stunned out of a TP. Mockingjay, I think it was a smoke there. Maybe it was an Invis, not too sure, but I think it was a smoke. Oh no, never mind, it wasn't an Invis run, he picked it up earlier. So, does cancel it, but it's not that big of a deal for the Drow. Drainage just farms up the jungle now instead. Mask of Madness though, finished on Drow and picked up at the same time on the Juggernaut as well. But Storm Spirit now, he has a first item, Void Stone. Is this really a Yule Scepter first Storm Spirit here? It may be. Linkens is like, eh. Oh yeah, I suppose you use Scepter, you also get rid of the Global Silence with that one. So that's probably the thought process behind this. Yule Scepter to try to deal with the Omni Slash, Yule Scepter to deal with the Global Silence. But mech is finished now for B-Boy. Fragment in the meantime, farming up the jungle. Getting extremely close to getting the Blink Dagger going. And once that happens, do they have a level 6? Yes, they also have level 6 and Ancient Apparition. So Blink, Lasso into Ice Blast is definitely gonna be a thing. As Drainage activated Mask of Madness, but could not get a Gust or anything out of Phoenix before he really Icarus dove out of there. But Phoenix going for the Hand of Midas, which definitely is not uncommon for Phoenix players. Fragmenty back in the jungle, and oh, Angsby, he's soloing, or not soloing, Mockingjay, he's around as well. Didn't see him there for a second. But minus armor, plus healing ward, and of course some lifesteal. Mask of Madness means a rather easy Roshan for Ice. So that's the strength of Vengeance Spirit as a support. As now Yomo, oh, where are you going? Not a good place. He's death warding from the high ground. Blade Fury won't help up against the physical damage, and now Mockingjay, is he gonna get caught? I don't think they have the necessary vision. Now Magic Missile into Yomo. So overextending a little bit, trying to TP out, but the swap from Mockingjay, using the last of his mana to get out like that, and oh wow. Clement just ran into range for the kill. Oh, that was a disaster. I mean, nice attempt, but they really needed like a couple of attacks, maybe wait for Draw Ranger to get closer. I don't know, it just felt a little bit too forced from Kingdom. Juggernaut? What? He died? Oh, he died to creeps. Did he just die to ancients? He must have just died to ancients. Maybe it was intentional though, Aegis would have been there for quite some time still, but there's a Blink Dagger picked up now on the Batrider. And mid lane, they're gonna show their Blink as well. They jump B-Boy, Frost Arrows to slow him down under the tower. He uses the Viper Strike, gets the mech off as well, man. He is durable as all hell, but he's gonna go down in the end. Drainage, he's gonna burn. And they can't kill the Phoenix Sun, I think. Suddenly Yomu has to run away as well. Does not get hit by the stun, but it's gonna be a 1-for-1, so in the end, it's not even all that worth. But Icarus dive plus Fire Spirits and the Supernova, you could see how fast the draw died, man. You really should be investing into a BKB at this point. Oh, Mockingjay, Paralyzed Cast will bounce. Will it bounce back? No, it won't. So the Death Ward cannot secure the kill. Went to the creeps, then to the Phoenix, and only then started coming back. As Wedding Crash now, oh, he's gonna get chased down. Silence up. Ball Lightning does come, but it's not enough. Or is it? Curse of the Silent does miss, but the silence lasts just long enough. It is a maxed out one, so 6-second duration. So another nice kill on a core. Angsby now, he's gonna get slowed down by the Frost Arrows. There's no Omniscience, he knows it, but he's just close enough to range now. He's gonna get stunned up and just feeding away intelligence, feeding away kills. Ice Blast comes in but doesn't accomplish anything. That was just way too greedy, like massively, overly greedy by the Draw Ranger. Why would you try to chase down a Mask of Madness Juggernaut like that? Yes, you have a Mask of Madness of your own and Frost Arrows, but you should have known that like at least one hero is close by. So losing 2 cores, suddenly Juggernaut, highest farmer in the game. Yules is finished on the Storm Spirit, so that's pretty decent. Should buy just enough time, but then again, now there's Global Silence, plus of course, if you also get hit by the last word, you may still be somewhat screwed. Unless you have a BKB and a Manta Style. So 14 or 15 minutes in rather now. Looking at the graphs, it is about a 2k lead for Ice. In XP. Net worth is more or less so zeroed out. So this time around, it was Kingdom getting a decent-ish early start in the numbers. And Ice just... I suppose there hasn't been like too much execution of strategies quite yet, but Ice definitely has found themselves the core kills. As Yomo now, is he the one in trouble? He has himself Claws of Haste, so might try to go for a Hand of Midas as well. But Ball Lightning forward, they're gonna go for a B-Boy, kinda kill him. Global Silence is there, and suddenly when he crash, Yule Scepter's up, Ice Blast will come in, but he gets to dodge it. He's still gonna go down, swap back as well, Wedding Crash, not being able to Ball Lightning out. They got B-Boy, but is it even worth it? JGT will lose his life before a Supernova or anything else but Drainage. His Mask of Madness is activated. Angsby, he's faster. Drainage trying to choke out, but what? Didn't even need the Omni Slash. It was still on cooldown, just one smack, immediate crit as well there. Maybe locking out a little bit, but just with the help of the Yasha, just outrunning the draw there. So that's gonna also mean a tier 1, so Ice. They get a couple of kills. Yes, they also lose a couple of heroes, but in the end, it's still a favorable trade for them. Once again, killing the draw, killing the Storm Spirit, and this Storm is just probably not gonna have a fun game. Silencer, I mean, he got Global Silence. He activated the last word, and last word is what screwed Storm Spirit over this time. Also, the swap back by Dimension Spirit. For a second, I thought Let's Storm is gonna be safe, but next time around, maybe Ball Lightning a little bit farther away. At least like for the start, just Ball Lightning a little bit away and then try to run back in. Not a hell of a lot. So we'll be still in distance to help the rest of the team. But there is a Freeman Smoke. Lasso is on cooldown though. The smoke should barely outlast that. Oh, but B-Boy jumps in long distance to get the slow on Clement. But where's the follow-up? Wedding Crash. He's gonna lose his life for easy. Ice Blast with the Death Ward comes in. Icarus dive. Wedding Crash still alive. Come on, can they kill the Supernova now? They're not even gonna attempt. If Fruits and the Storm Spirit both had kept on going, I think they would have killed the Supernova, but instead, they just lose to support. Maybe Storm Spirit would have died to Supernova damage, it's hard to say, but... They're just taking such sloppy fights, they're forcing their way through way too much for no good reason, to be honest. So, and with this, Ice getting a bigger and bigger of a lead going for themselves. There is Fragnity in the backlines. This time around, he does have less already, but he gets scouted out. There's the Icarus dive as well. Magic missile up, Fire Spirits to follow. And he is highly likely going to lose his life. Even the Sunray was used. Storm Spirit wants to get the return. Ice Blast comes in. Walking Jay. He should lose his life, but can they get the Storm in return? Maybe so. No Magic Missile. Global Silence does come out. And knowing that the Ulcer is in cooldown, that is going to be a kill secured. 20 points of intelligence on the support silences. 20 points. 3, 1, and 5. Extremely high kill participation. No, I wouldn't say extremely high kill participation, but he's been close to at least 10 of them. So Manta Style now also finished on the Juggernaut. So if ever the Storm Spirit, for example, wants to go for an Orchid, it's not going to be as great against the Juggernaut at all anymore. Also now, after the Hand of Midas, there is a Hood of Defiance finished on Phoenix. So if he's really going to finish the full-on pipe from this, it's just going to mean that Kingdom suddenly have a hell of a lot less damage. They still have Precision Aura with a level 2 marksmanship from Drainage. But so far we really haven't seen that come into effect too much. Yes, it's nice to have 48 extra damage. But it's like so-so. If you're not really getting the time to attack, it doesn't really matter anyway. It was a nice idea to go for the throw, just somebody with high attack speed and trying to deal with the Supernova Egg, I think. Or then if you had like so many rangers anyways, top lane. Ice Blast is flying Angsby. Can they get the kill on the Juggernaut? Ice Blast, it doesn't connect. It flew just over him. Oh wow. You're kidding me, right? Never mind. Throw Ranger catches up, gets that one last attack going. But mid lane, B-Boy now wants to go for fruits. Supernova has been used. Wedding Crash is gonna have to escape. Yomo does the same to TP out. So Supernova on cooldown now. Wedding Crash gets scouted, but I don't think they have what it takes to chase him down. Or do they? Hasted B-Boy just wants to make Wedding Crash use a little bit of more mana. Pregnant now. Oh, that is risky. He's gonna go to the low ground. Oh, he got pinged out. Icarus dives. Oh, Sunray to stop the Blink Dagger. But he got the Firefly up, trying to TP out. Why would you not go to the high ground first? But he does make it out anyway, even with the last word damage just bringing him lower still. So he's gonna be safe for now. 9 to 16. The kill score, Drainage. 1.6k in the bank for the draw. So they're definitely not out of this game by any means. They're just at a 5k deficit in pretty much both net worth and XP. Oh, mid lane, there's the Ice Blast. Once again, it did not connect. This time around, he was inside the animation. I almost could have sworn, but another Icarus dive is there to get him to safety, and wow. They just blew him up. Yomo trying to paralyzing cast, but it's not gonna do nearly enough. There's the Manta Style. An easy kill for the Juggernaut Ice. 18 to 9 now. The kill score in their favor. Kingdom. They came back from a similar situation last game as Drainage now gets Viper struck up. Do we have a TP? We do not. Not a TP, but a stun rather. So, Vengeful now. Even has himself Trumps. That's a pretty rich Vengeful Spirit. Oh, fruits. Are you gonna get the Omni Slash? Sure, looks like it Angsby. He's gonna find fruits. Pop the Omni Slash, cancel the TP, and secure the kill. Even Blink purchased up now. That's also gonna be a pipe finished on the Phoenix at the same time. So last time around, Ice, they got off to a decent start. Shadowfiend had quite a bit of farm compared to the other team's cores. Now it's the Juggernaut having more farm. And Drow, well, it's just so easy to kill a Drow at this point in the game. He's gonna finish up a Manta Style first to just get rid of those silences, because even using a Gust may make the difference in some situations. But now Roshan, number 2 gonna go on. Hopefully this time around, for their sake, they're gonna make a little bit better use of the Aegis. But Angsby does pick it up on that Juggernaut. Manta Style finished. 1.2k after that as well. What do we have on the silencer? 4 staff, power threads, Sage's mask. Maybe is gonna start going for that refresher orb as early as he can. But drainage, SNY, is it really SNY? No, yeah, never mind, it's gonna be a meta style, what am I saying? I just said it's a meta style earlier on as well. Top lane, they're hunting for something as Juggernaut in the meantime kills off fruits. And with one hero down, this... Well, never mind, there's no tier 2 to take even. I thought like, this is gonna be... Oh no, blink forward! He wants to get Yomo down, but he doesn't have an Omni Slash throw in the meantime. Gets the head of the Viper down. That's what you have to kill, the head of the Viper. But Yomo, he's on the run now, but he just gets smacked down. They even got Phoenix to come in to help with the Sunray if it's necessary, which, well, as we could see, it wasn't. Omni Slash now coming off cooldown as well in about 9 seconds time for Ainswie. So this is going to be a rather easy like kill again if they want to go for it. Ice Blast flying, gonna chase them down, maybe just harassing purposes. Top lane Drow got the tower down and managed to TP out as well before anything cancelled it. That's like one good thing to have as a Phoenix, a Eul Scepter, just cancel TPs. Oh, of course, Eul Scepter and then you activate Supernova. Maybe he's not gonna take the full damage from it, but it's a hell of a lot more likely that he's gonna get stunned by the Supernova exploding. So 2.5k on the Juggernaut after he almost just finished up the Manta Style, and Drow Ranger, of all the items now, is gonna go for a Shadow Blade. I'm not too sure how big of a fan now I am of that one. For example, if you get slowed down by like a poison attack, you may not even be able to get anything from the Shadow Blade. Oh, Wedding Crash. Ball Lightning away. They don't have silences. Or rather, they don't want to use the Global Silence, but Wedding Crash, he's out of mana, he's so low. Paralyzing Cast at 1 second stun. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yep, Omni Slash comes out and they get the Storm Spirit. Down for 60 seconds. Storm Spirit rather highly leveled. But Juggernaut has just so much more, and well, they're going to get themselves another kill. 2 heroes down. Clement sitting on a comfortable 24 points of intelligence. Fragnity is trying to creep skip with the Firefly, but they're taking none of it. Ainswie just goes in. A couple of creeps come, one creep wave. They have the healing ward down. They even pop the pipe way premature, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. Ice, are they really gonna make this a fast game number 2 here? Because Kingdom, I'm not sure what they can do here. What do they have to just properly fight? I mean, they have Lasso, they have Ice Blast, so that's nice. Inspiration is trying to get that again as well, but they're just gonna give away those racks. At least the melee one. Ice Blast does come in, hit onto 3. But it's a level 1 Ice Blast, it's not all that threatening as you can see twice. Couple of TPs to come back, but look at this nice ward they even left behind. So Ice, they're gonna know when Kingdom is around. Oh, long jump in, but the swap back is even farther in. Get Silence as well. Do they have the slows? Silence will end in a second. Eul Scepter is there. Global Silence was used at the same second he used. Blink forward, but to the wrong position of the Juggernaut, or by the Juggernaut. Clement still wants to keep on going, gets the last word, but they're gonna have to back off. Witch Doctor even buys back for this. Look at where drainage is though. Gonna run into JGT, gets the silence. JGT can't do anything at all. Can't egg, or can he? Waiting for getting close. No! Silence just ended now. Ainswie, can he chase down drainage? Mask of Madness was activated. Oh, Shadow Amulet. They know he's there. Do they have detection? Curse of the Silent. Oh, Blade Pure as well. Yeah, that's a kill. Drainage can't really outrun it, so White for B-Boy gets a kill. There's the Death Ward, Paralyzing Cast. Clement drops low. The mech keeps him alive. Lasso was also used. So at least he won't get extra intelligence if they get a couple of extra kills. But Wedding Crash dropping low, does not get the Ball Lightning before he dies. Now Fruits, the one to get bashed by Ainswie. Yomo, highly likely to be the next, and indeed the next he will be. And that's gonna be Fragnity, the only survivor. Godlike on the Juggernaut. Still has the Aegis as well. BKB picked up on B-Boy. This, I'm not gonna say that this game is in the bag, but with the way those fights have been going, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Ice just ended the game within the next 10 minutes, maybe less. 3.6k on Ainswie after all. That's gonna be a Abyssal Blade done if he gets this tower down. Even if he doesn't get the last hit, it's still gonna have enough gold, I think. Fragnity though, farming the enemy jungle, Wave of Terror does scout him out. Mockingjay, is he gonna be, oh yeah, swaps out Fragnity. Magic Missile will not stun because he got the blink out. I think he would have had time to run close enough for the magic missile as well, but didn't want to take the chances. 4-step forward from Clement. Not gonna catch up either, or are they? Juggernaut? Already blinked. Did have Omnislash. Just couldn't get close enough to use it. So now a bounty rune will be picked up. Roshan will also reclaim the Aegis. So that's a good sign if you're a Kingdom. You don't have to fight a double Juggernaut. But then again, he has an Abyssal Blade, so one Juggernaut may be enough as well in this case. Also, B-Boy, extremely tanky with the increased magic resistance now, even a BKB in his inventory. They also, of course, have the Pipe. JJT, looks like the next item of choice will be that Rod of Athos. Already has the Vitality booster for it. Unless he wants to go for a Heart of the Rask for himself. Which I doubt is gonna happen, to be honest. Ice Blast comes in, runs into B-Boy, or well, flies over B-Boy as well as JJT. Oh, really? Fragnity farming up the jungle at this kind of a time? Yeah, they must have sacrificed this tier 2, or like being on communication program or whatever program they're using. It's like, yeah, we can't really defend this, back the hell out. But since they didn't defend the tier 2, what's to stop Ice from just going for another set of racks? At this point, I'd say nothing. Fragnity though has the blink, 4-step lasso. If he can drag out the Juggernaut and if they can kill him somehow. If he has a Mask of Mars activated, it's a little bit easier, of course, so, but Storm Spirit doesn't have that much going for himself in terms of farm. Even the battle area is by about 40 gold out farming him, but that's just gonna be racks going down. They are trying to get counter racks of their own, but it's not nearly fast enough. Angsui, Blade Fury TP out is gonna be safe. GGT, his TP is gonna get cancelled. Drainage on the run with the Shadow Blade and is gonna make it out. JJT not gonna be as lucky, but Wedding Crash is dropping low. Supernova is waiting for it. He's gonna pop it as well. It should not be enough this time around. It's the first Supernova that does get killed. But Wedding Crash did drop low in return, and Juggernaut, he did catch up to the Throw Ranger. Did Throw turn around there? He was such a long distance away from anybody else. Still got caught though, Ancient Depression. Well, this is a huge pickup. Level 11 plus an Aghanim Scepter as well. So there's a glimmer of hope. 2.3k already on Angsui though. This Juggernaut, almost 6,000 now ahead in net worth of the next highest, which is the Drow Ranger. Oh, of course, Phoenix as well as the Viper also farming up reasonably fast. Phoenix thanks to the Hand of Midas. Viper just, how many last hits does he have compared to the others? 119, so he's 4th overall, but Phoenix, well, he's 6th, and even Viper is doubling the Phoenix. Even a 4-step picked up now on the Vengeful Spirit. They just have so many items even on their supports. And of course, if that's the case, the supports aren't half as squishy, so you can't even like insta-kill them or anything. So Phoenix gets himself that Rod of Athos finished up as well. And Kingdom, what's the game plan for them here? Get a massive Ice Blast, get a good Lasso Initiation. Maybe they're really waiting for, well, anybody else as a solo hero. Go farm somewhere and try to bait it out. They do have Boots of Travels on Fragnity, so he can come in rather fast if they find anybody. But no, they're just farming at the moment. Although Kingdom, they are somewhat grouped towards the top side of the map. Do they really want to get this tier 3 down? They should know that the Cliff of Fortification is still on cooldown. Not too sure how well they just timed it or wrote it down. But it's getting closer to the halfway mark. Now a gem on the Silencer. The next pickup for him, and oh, look at this Storm Spirit. I can't even kill anything. Yes, he has 4k in the bank, but that's not helpful at all if you're really in a combat situation. It's like, yeah, I have a lot of gold in the bank. That's not gonna help you, dude. Roshan is also gonna respawn, but P-Boy, he runs in. Lasso will come out. Global Silence is used, and there's even a Supernova, not Supernova, but rather a Icarus type by the Phoenix coming in. And now Fragnity trying to TP out, but just not fast enough, and that's gonna be Gem of True Sight reclaimed. Pops down the Ring of Aquila as in the backlines, Wedding Crash. He's gonna get silenced up, trying to TP out, and will succeed because he got the ball lightning away so far from the TP position. No way to get an Abyssal Blade there in. So at least one of them escapes. They really don't get too much accomplished there. They used the lasso, didn't even get remotely close to getting a kill there either. Of course, I have to say that would have probably been what I would have done. As oh, they do find the Drow Ranger now. Insult to injury. Was the Drow farming up the enemy ancients? I would think so, but there's the minus armor into Roshan now. Engsby does go in, doesn't even need to pop the healing ward at the moment. Mask of Minus coming off cooldown. Already critting for almost 700 damage. Easy solo Rosh. Well, the minus armor does help out, but for the most part, I'd call it a solo Rosh. Now more heroes are gonna come in because it's gonna be cheese as well. Somebody has to pick that one up. It's only 32 minutes into the game and already we had the cheese. Aghanim, Scepter and Viper, 12-second cooldown. Just good stuff. So B-Boy with the cheese now, how do they deal with this kingdom? I mean, Ice Blast is a great way in dealing with cheese. That's for sure. You have to make sure that if you use the cheese, you are not under the effects of Frost Blast. Ice Blast, rather. Frost Blast should be Lich's ultimate, I think. Or, nope, it's Chain Frost is the ultimate. And Frost Blast is the normal ability of Lich, the nuke. It's Chain Frost, I was like, no, something's wrong. But do we have any items that I have missed? Bloodstone was just now picked up on Wedding Crash. Oh no, they get the jump, and with the Omni Slash they secure the kill as well. Oh, another kill, but Ice. They haven't pushed in too deep for another set of racks, although with the advantage that they have now, Crafts, well, nearing the 20k mark in both XP as well as network. Another 3.5, or not 3, 5.4k on the Juggernaut. I think this game should comfortably so be in Ice's just pockets, kind of. That, for the most part, is of course what we are looking for in best of 3 series anyway. For it to be even, for it to go to a game number 3. Kingdom maybe didn't look as convincing, but Wedding Crash goes in, gets the stun onto Juggernaut, but that's just delayed tactics. B-Boy standing his ground there as well. Do we have an Ice Blast flying in? Drow wants to come in from the back, completely pops his Manta style. Gonna send the illusion, I think, to creep skip is the plan here. Wedding Crash gonna get the Abyssal Bladed Magic Missile and brought down. He's gonna respawn in 40 seconds, maybe wants to buy back, but Global Silence will secure the kill on Witch Doctor as well. Nothing for them to be done. Storm Spirit does buy back just after the Global Silence, but is it even gonna be enough? Gets bashed once, gets the Usator off, but there's the Supernova, Fragnity on the run. Storm Spirit has the ball lightning away, Drainage now. Oh, the Shadow Blade to dodge the Magic Missile, gets swapped back, but won't matter. GG is called anyway. Angry will go and man fight, and that is GG indeed, Ice. A rather dominating performance in game number 2, which means we are gonna head towards a game number 3, people. So don't go anywhere if you want to see more Southeast Asian Dota, because we're gonna be back in just a couple of minutes time. And of course, if you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to check out HeflaTV on Facebook and Twitter as HeflaTV for both. And if you like me, it's at Couchor, and for now, just see you in a couple of minutes for game numeros 3. Tres, I don't know. Whatever guys, game 3 coming up.